What's going on, Dragon Brawlers? Scott Sedman back again here, having woken up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon here in the UK. I am joined by, as always, Peter, aka the Guildmaster, who is now face palming dramatically. Thank you very much. We got a product placement from Iron Brew. It's all good. It's all good. It's all going well. It's all going well. Today we are going to grade the blue cards from Vermilion Bloodline. If you don't know what our graded show is, it's stolen from a wrestling channel. So fun. Basically,
I
we'll go
actually
over.
stole it from
What?
Professor.
Oh, okay. Well, that too, apparently. It's not an
Great.
original concept, but we're going to go through
Great
all of the
magic,
blue cards,
magic product. For
and
people
then
who
at
know
the
prof,
end,
they know prof.
we will give them a grade. So far, we've graded yellow and black.
Yeah. I think we've graded something else at some point. I'm not sure what
We
it was.
the AODs, I think we did a grade on.
I think so.
Yeah.
I
So
think we
well,
skipped on the red and green.
yeah.
We
Wait,
might
what?
want to finish up that.
Yeah.
We might
Next
want
week.
to finish up
That's a
the
next week thing.
Yeah. Why
So without further ado, let's get straight into it. We have baby. So this is an interesting one because you get the Planet Tuffle card, which obviously reduces energy cost of counters. And then obviously when this card attacks, it draws one, and then at 4 or less, you flip over, draw 2 cards. On his backside, he gains Overlord. He still gets the swing draw card. And then activate main once per turn. Look at the top 3 cards at the top of your deck. Add up to 1 mono blue card, not battle card, or extra card, or unison card. It's just card with a counter skill among them. Add them to your hand. Put the remaining on the bottom in any order. Then choose 1 card in your hand and place it at the bottom of your deck.
So this is essentially, as everyone was predicting, you don't play the game deck.
Yes. I am going to counter everything you do. Deal with it.
People say that there is a counter to this deck in form of Koitsukai, but the problem is to get Koitsukai, you either set it up early and then give option to the baby deck to remove it from your drop area, or
Right.
you try to set it up during your turn, but then every single attack of yours is going to get negated. So how do you get rid
I
of
know,
it?
right? Like,
Unless
toe is
you
a
delete it,
thing.
like Cell was alright.
Toe is a
And-
thing. So, like...
Yeah. There
Ah,
are things, but you need to set up properly for it, and it takes away some place from you to set up.
yeah.
And then they can still do it, ditch 2 cards from hand, and screw you up with that Vegeta that we're going to talk about later.
Yes. So we've got Vegeta, speaking of. This boy's a GT boy. He's got some nice little new artwork there. When this card attacks,
It's a ramp boy.
draw a card. Once per turn, when you deal damage to your opponent by attacking with this card, look at the top card of your deck. If it's a mono blue card, you may place it in your energy in rest mode. Oh, yes, baby, you know what that means. It means ramp. If it's not a mono blue card, obviously it goes back on top of your deck. When you...
Interesting fact, you don't shuffle.
You do not, until they errata it to say you probably do shuffle. Lol.
I don't think you would shuffle.
No, they weren't. They weren't. That was just for the a Boonies universe thing.
Yeah, for the universe.
So you can't
Right.
yattle up people. When your life is at 4 or less, you may draw a card and flip this card over. What happens when we flip this card over? He becomes Super Saiyan 4
And there's
Ultimate
3 once per turn skills.
Evolution.
Once per turn.
So he's got the skills of, obviously, once per turn, as Peter said. When this card attacks, draw a card. When your opponent activates a counter skill, switch this card to active mode. And then the same ramp effect on the Awakened side. Really cool leader. As you'll see, not a lot of support for it, but then they're being very careful with ramp. So
The problem is that the skill is so powerful that that's true, you can put some ridiculous plays by turn 3 or 4.
it's true. Yeah.
On the other hand, it's very easy to stop.
Yeah. If you combo out, like, because how
Exactly.
how much are you willing to risk from your hand? Turn 2 essentially, right? Because like,
And 1, turn 2, on your first 2 attacks, how much are you willing to actually sacrifice here, right?
yeah. And it's not like Beboop where Beerus, sorry, where if you double strike you get the 2 ramp. It's you only ramp once. So
Yeah, because both of them, on both sides it's once per turn, so it doesn't matter how much damage you deal.
yeah, no matter how many instances of damage you deal, it's yeah.
So, the best one you can do is play the Frieza that gives critical, right?
Yes.
But
So you crit them and you ramp. But
that's providing that they're not going to stop it. If you're going to put a crit on top of that ramp, there's even more reason for them to
exactly
just take 2 cards from hand and stop you.
But then you're also tapping out turn 1 to... Yeah, I think this leader has a lot of potential, and it's going to be fun to see what happens with it.
I think it's scary on the paper.
Pardon?
I think it's scary on the paper. Good players will know how to play around it, and it's not going to be...
I was going to say, like, I think if you know how to play around it, the deck's not going to do much. But if you catch people off guard, this deck could be quite scary. Like... I think I think it'll be a one to watch going forward rather than one to be right now.
I think it's a deck that can take you through Swiss but will never win the top.
Yeah, probably, right? Unless someone finds something
Gohan
insanely
reboot,
broken.
Right? I mean, it's like Gohan reboot, right? It can take you through the Swiss, but it's very unlikely you're going to top. That's what Ryan said about the deck.
Yeah, that's true. We saw that at the Salford event. Like, lots of people got through with it in Swiss, and then when it came to actual playoff
players like Jet or Nathan.
Yeah, just it crumbled. Next up we have SR Baby Unknown Parasite, which is Baby Trunks, and my gosh, I love this card, Peter. Activate main, draw a card. That's a +2, -5. Activate main. If your leader card is a mono blue card, choose up to 1 leader card. It gets +15k power. Double strike. Hoser Masu says hi. Until the start of your next turn, you can.
I would say Beerus.
That too. Beerus is also a great shout. You can activate mono blue counters by just dropping 2 cards from your hand. That's wild.
Waiting for actual ruling on this.
Okay.
Because the way this is worded, it's not you can activate counter skill on mono blue cards, but you can activate mono blue cards with counter skills, which means the only cards you activate is extra cards.
Oh.
So technically, you can't use it on battle cards, but I think the intent is for it to work with battle cards because majority of the cards are battle cards.
I would say that's the intent, but again, I can totally see that. I completely missed that when we talked about it.
Yeah, because it only showed up on the judge group in the meantime.
Yeah, okay.
Because it showed up on the judge group after this has been... I also missed it when we were reading it. Because I read it how the intent was. The same as I read Bardock the Resolute how the intent was. And then we had a different ruling. And then we had a change in that ruling.
Is it meant to be you can activate counter skills on mono blue cards if you
I think that's the intent.
Yeah, right. Like, I think they've just got it worded the wrong way around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Still, card's really cool.
Scary that this is a 15k unison card. So it has 15k power, so some cards you will need to combo up. That has a +2 ability.
Yep, so double strike. So we've seen how the double strike 1-drops have come into favour again because of unison cards. Now, this kind of negates that, kind of.
But the thing is that it's very similar to Zeno, but Zeno is 9k.
That's true. You can easily abuse the god of all gods.
Yeah, but this guy is 15k.
Yeah.
It has the same plus and minus. It's peculiar. I definitely would want to see it as a master. Definitely would want to see it in Beerus Reboot. Because giving double strike to Beerus Reboot is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
And the Beerus struggles with card advantage.
Yeah.
So being able to draw additional card every single turn is huge. It's better than ramping because you can ramp with your cards like Whis and things like that.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, really cool card. Really good card. Also looks so good. Looks so good.
It's great to have an SPR, you know, with all the unisons are going.
I will be so disappointed if this doesn't get an SPR. Like, of all the cards in this set, and that's even putting my Bardock bias aside, this needs an SPR. Bandai, don't do me dirty on this. SS4 Sun, Goku, Protector of the Earth. So this one caused quite a stir, but I still don't think it's as strong as people make out. When this card is played during your opponent's next turn, they can't attack with battle cards unless they choose one of their battle cards with an edge cost of 2 or more and place it at the bottom of their deck. Activate main -1, draw 2 cards and choose 1 card in your hand, place it at the bottom of your deck. Activate main -2, choose all of your opponent's battle cards ignoring barrier and return them to their owner's hands. The downside to this is it's a specified 5 blue.
You can play it in a middle number.
You cannot.
So I'm going to go on the rant again. You know
Okay.
me, I like my rants.
You
It's
do
actually
like
about
rants.
rulings.
Okay.
So there's a very subtle difference between this and all the cards. I think we have the next one, Son Gohan Baby's Minion.
So the topper like effects, shall we say?
No, that's the thing. There's a very subtle difference.
Okay.
And I think that difference is on purpose. And because those cards have been printed in the same set and they have different wording.
Mm-hmm.
SS4 says during your opponent's next turn. Whereas
Right.
Son Gohan says for the turn. One says during the turn, one says for the turn.
Yeah.
For the turn, I thought it's going to be a one of cost. During the turn, it's for the whole turn.
Right? That's not how it's shaping out at the moment.
No, both are ruled the same way, that for each attack, they need to...
Yeah.
So, like, with Goku, I would agree that it needs to be with each attack, but with Gohan and Vegeta,
Yes.
I would say that it's only once.
Yeah, I
But
think...
that might just be me. At the moment, the ruling stands that they all work like topos, so for each attack, you need to pay.
No, I'm in the camp with you. Because it's the same with that Trunks. It's like, when this card is played, your opponent can't attack for the turn unless they choose. So, it's like... Yeah, right. I don't know. It's a tough one to call, but we'll once the tournament happens and Bandai see how it's being ruled, they'll probably come in and be like, guys, you got it wrong. Stop it. Just like Bardock the Resolute. So we'll move on to Son Gohan's Baby Minion since we talked about him. Negate the attack player's card. 7, so he's a plus 10k when he hits board. And when this card is played, you're...
With Koitsukai.
Pardon?
It's important with Koitsukai.
Yes. Because this gets round Koitsukai? Or does it get
Yes.
round Koitsukai?
It does get around Koitsukai.
Okay. When this card is
Koitsukai
played...
need to be 20k or less, and when they played, it's 25.
Yeah. So when this card is played, your opponent can't attack for the turn unless they choose one card in their hand. So this is on each swing currently, but it might change. Any more thoughts on that, Peter?
No, sorry, I was checking the wording on Topo, and wording on Topo is totally different because it's for the duration of the turn.
Yeah.
So not for the turn and not, but it's still for the duration of the turn. Whereas this one says for the turn.
Yeah.
For me, it's a totally different wording, but that's me. Me immigrant, me England bad.
Fair enough.
I don't speak England apparently.
Yeah. Obviously, your Polish is clearly unable to translate. Yep. Although you speak English better than most people, so you know.
I speak better English than I speak Polish, and that says something.
Right. And then we got Son Goten, Baby's Minion. Counter play. Play this card. If the battle card being played has an energy cost of 4 or less, it's placed at the bottom of the owner's deck instead of being played. It also has 7.
So all those counterplays, battle cards here, are worded in very specific way. They don't have a requirement that we used to, like if the battle card being played has 4 or less, and then you have column, and then you have the skill.
Yeah, it's
In this
play this
case,
card.
You just play the card. Then additionally, if the battle card being played has an energy cost of 4 or less, it's placed at the bottom instead.
Yeah.
But if it's not a battle card, or if it's a battle card that costs 5 or more, it has deflect or whatever, you can still play this card. You can play this card in response to a unison card, even though the battle card is not being played.
And you kind of want to do that because it's 2-drop. In Baby, it's a 2-drop, I should specify. That's a 20k that you get a swing with, and you can also put it at the bottom of your deck to get a draw.
Yeah. And also, you know, if your opponent is about to play something that's going to rip your hand, and this is last card in your hand or something like that.
Yeah, just get it on board,
or if
right?
you just want to put the pressure and your opponent tapped out for the unison, so you know they can't do anything about it unless they want to use unison skill to get rid of it.
Yeah. It's cool. I like Goten. I mean, I like all of this deck. You'll see in our grading. Bulma Baby's Minion. Counterplay. If your leader card is a blue baby card, play this card. Then, if the battle card being played is an edge cost of 1, it's returned to the owner's hand. Now, we kind of differed on this when we talked about it in the reactions. I was kind of met on it, but you were like, oh, it's kind of good. I don't know, like where now we've had time.
You were more on it. I was saying that it's alright, but I would prefer if it was on a 2-drop or less.
Yeah, I'm kind of down on it. I can understand it because obviously in Baby it's a 1 cost and you wouldn't play this in anything that's not Blue Baby.
But you have 1 cost that affects 2 drops if you have a Unison.
The only upside to this card, in my opinion, is like the fact that it does have Servant, like so it is a 15k. Like,
I think it's a decent side against Sin, right?
oh yeah, for sure. Like against Sin, this card's great. Like, 100%. I
I
can't.
wouldn't go as far as saying it's great because with the new toys that they're getting, it's not necessary that they're going to be resurrecting.
True that.
Anymore.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still kind of torn on this card. Like, hopefully I'm proven wrong. Like, maybe.
No, I think it's going to be like a 2 off or so.
Oh, it's definitely not 4 of, right? It's definitely
No.
not 4 of.
Even if you sided it would be tops 3 off.
I do like the artwork though. Bulma just being like, "Rah!" So cool. And then we have daughter of Bulma, Bulla, baby's minion. Counter attack. She's a rare as well. We this is wild.
Yeah.
Negate the attack and play this card. 7 plus 10k. So she's just a 15k negate essentially, right?
So when this has been spoiled, we haven't recorded this. I have not been recording with you. But this is wild because I think she's worse than the 2-drop baby.
Same. I totally agree with you.
And yet she's a rare, and the 2-drop baby is a bloody uncommon.
Yeah. I mean, make the worst one harder to get, right? I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Because that baby is 1-drop 10k overload that untaps an energy. And also counter attack that negates an attack.
I mean, she's going to look fire in full art foil, though, so maybe that's why.
So she would if she was an uncommon. The same foiling treatment.
Don't ruin it. I'm trying to justify it, okay? I'm trying to justify the rarity.
I see literally no justification.
It's because she's Airfling, that's why. She's got an extra tag.
I still think that baby is
Nah, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. Baby is 100% better. We got a skillless Oob here, 30k. Yeah.
Another blue 30k vanilla.
Yep, so cool. It looks beautiful. Well done, Bandai. We have Oob, Power of Hope. Blocker, if you have a blue unison in play, draw a card. It's the same effect as the Pan and all sorts. It's a good effect.
It's a decent card to have. It's definitely very good. This is... I was actually thinking about that in the meantime.
Yeah.
This card could actually be treated as a direct support for Vegeta in rotation or in Store Championship format.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Because otherwise you don't have a 1-drop blocker to help you awaken turn 1.
Very good point, actually.
Because normally Vegeta plays Dr. Rota, which is from Draft Box 5.
Or the other one that gets revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both are from Draft Box 5.
Divine Multiverse, yeah.
Store Championship legal.
Yeah.
And this one is Store Championship legal. So this is in Store Championship. This is actually support, but I would not classify it as a Vegeta support because it can be played in any color, in any blue leader, and every color has equivalent.
Well, it can be played in any color, right? As long as you've got a blue unison.
Yeah, exactly. So all the colors have this. So I would not classify it as.
No, I think that's fair. But yeah, like that is actually a really good shout for the Store Championship formats. This card makes Vegeta quite strong.
Yeah.
Then we've got Mr. Boo. Oh, I love it. Guys. I love it.
That's another vanilla with Mr. Boo, isn't it?
Yeah. We got the yellow one. I think we have a red one.
I think so. In original Tournament of Power.
Yeah. Cool. Anyway, now we got an SR Baby Golden Avenger. He talked to Captain America. Didn't like it. Oh god, that was a trash joke. Oh my god, Scott, that was bad. Unique triple strike. Counterplay. Play this card. Then if the battle card being played, not if your battle card's being played, you can't counter your own battle cards, guys. Has an energy cost of 7 or less. It's returned to the owner's hand instead of being played. Counter, negate the counter skill and play this card. That's probably what you're going to be playing it on. When this card
Especially if those trunks let you play it by just discarding 2 cards from hand.
Exactly right. Oh, you're going to counter me with that trunks that puts a card. No, baby Abe.
Problem is if they actually rule the trunks how it's. Oh, sorry, the baby because it's still a baby. if they're going to rule it how it's written, then you can't do the baby Golden Avenger.
Well, then the whole point of the deck's mute. Well, I mean, it's not, but
Yeah.
that is clearly how they've designed this card, is to be played using counter by dropping 2 cards from your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. When this card is played, draw.
Specified blue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So no, it's fine. It's fine. So what was that? Specified blue of 5 as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When this card is played, draw a card and choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignore a barrier and place it at the bottom of the deck. Super strong card. Super strong card.
So it has been pointed out to us after we looked at designer notes that this card has unique because it can be played for free from the bottom of your deck.
Oh yeah, because if you got a counter,
it's a counter skill card,
which we'll talk about right now. Because it's the next one, Baby Saiyan Slayer, which is that's such a metal name. It's like Baby the Saiyan Slayer, even though he doesn't really slay them. He just kind of.
Though. Have you seen him?
Pardon?
He looks like a rock band.
He does. Let's all join the Baby Brainwash band. Yeah, 100%. I'm in. I'll shill for it. So it's got double strike, counter attack, negate the attack and play this card. Counter, just play this card. It doesn't negate the card you're countering. It just opens that time window to play it. Activate main once per turn. If your leader card is blue, baby, look at the bottom card of your deck. If it's a mono blue card with counter and an energy cost less than or equal to your current energy, play it with its skills negated. Oh, hi, Baby Golden Avenger.
Yeah. So if you have 5 energy, you can just put the baby at the bottom of your deck with your leader skilled and play it. You get on-play effect of baby and you got a triple striker.
Do you get the on-play?
Yeah, because it says when played.
Oh, it doesn't negate the skill.
Yeah,
I thought it negated the skills.
If it negated the skill, there would be no point, because the Golden Avenger would not be unique.
So yeah, oh my god, yeah. Really good. Really good. Which is the one that negates the skill? I swear there was something that negated skill.
I don't think so.
Oh wow, I just tripped hard. Next up, Baby Artificial Light Form. Counter. If your leader card is mono blue, switch up to one of your mono blue energy to activate. So this is essentially a 2-drop. And then you play this card. Obviously, you don't. Again, you don't negate the counter. You're just opening this time to play it. If your leader card is blue, baby, when this card is played, choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards. Place it at the bottom of the runner's deck. Good.
So, when they try to counter you, you get to remove their battle card. It's not bad. I think it's better if you play it from the bottom of your deck.
Yeah.
I think that's...
Yeah, no, that is totally a viable thing. You just play a card and then just put something on the bottom of your opponent's deck as long as it doesn't have barrier or indestructible. Yeah, really good card, really solid. Baby Diabolic Parasite. Counterplay. Play this card, switch it to one of your mono blue energy to active mode. If the battle card being played has an energy cost of 4 or less, it's placed at the bottom of the deck instead. It has Overlord.
And it's a 1-drop, essentially.
It is a 1-drop Overlord that comes in on your opponent's turn.
Yeah, so is the other baby, so...
It's really strong, really cool. I really like this card.
And it's a common.
Yep.
It's a counterplay with Overload for 1 energy. That's a common.
It's not even unique, so you can have 4 of them.
Yeah. I think none of the Overlords are unique beside Garlic Gin.
I was going to say Garlic is, right? But yeah, other than that, yeah.
The small one is not.
Is it not? I thought it was.
No, small one is Deflect Indestructible.
That's right, yeah. Baby Body Snatcher. Counter attack, negate the attack, switch up to one of your energy to... So this is a 1-drop?
1-drop that untaps an energy, so it's a 0
It's a Whisk Coercion, right?
It's a Whisk Coercion with 10k body and Overload.
Yep, really strong card, absolutely fine, and it's a common.
Yeah.
You will be running 4 of this in the deck.
Rare. And Bulla is a rare.
You'll be running 4 of this in the deck.
Yes, you will.
Next up, we have Baby, Successor of the Tuffle King. Counter attack, negate the attack, and play this card. When this card is played, you may look at the bottom card of your deck. If it's a mono blue card with a counter, again, card doesn't have to be a battle card, doesn't have to be an extra card. It could be a unison card. Well, there isn't a unison card right now, but
we still have tournament promos to go through.
Exactly right. Time will tell. You may add it to your hand if you added a card to your hand, choose one card in your hand, place it at the bottom of your deck so you can set it up for a same effect or to free play a card. It's so good.
So the idea behind this deck, which I thoroughly support is to not give too much card advantage with all the counters that you can search.
Oh,
So
right,
only
yeah.
search answers. But as you add something to hand, you need to get rid of something. So you need to choose which answers you want to have at the moment. Because let's be honest, your deck is going to be like 46 cards answers and 4 cards finishes.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Maybe a secret if there is a good secret.
Like, I could see you going up to 60 cards, no problem with this deck. Like,
I don't think it has enough draw power for that.
but you don't
But
need to.
having 8 overlords, I guess.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know.
interesting.
This deck is very interesting to test. Very. And also, it's kind of worth noting, we've not seen much support for SS4. It's a theme. You'll get used to it. Dr. Mew, creator of the Machine Mutants. If your leader card is a blue baby card, when this card is played, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, add a mono blue card with counter skill among them to your hand, then place the remaining on the bottom in any order. It is just stack your bottom of your deck, man. It's such a good...
This is also a pure card advantage, but this card
Oh
doesn't have
gosh!
skill
I've
itself.
gone to Google Chrome help and I don't know how. Oops. What did I do?
I don't know.
What did I do? Technical difficulties with
It
Scott.
wouldn't be an LPG stream if we didn't have technical difficulties.
It's cool. I fixed it. We're all good. We're all good. We're all good. It's fine. We're back.
So as I was saying, Dr. Mew is a pure card advantage, but he doesn't have counter skill himself, so he can't be added from your deck, etc.
Yeah.
That's why I think he has the card advantage. Also, he's only 5k.
Yeah. It's a good card. I'm still like 50-50 on whether I'd play him, but if I needed to fill the space.
I think I would play 4 of them.
Just to get that guarantee, right?
Yeah. You have 5k combo and you get card advantage.
Yeah. Next up, we have our first SS4 Vegeta support. Sort of. SS4 Son Goku Energy Annihilator. Unique. A blocker. When this card is played, your opponent places one of their energy at the bottom of their deck. At the end of your turn, switch this card to active mode. Then your opponent chooses one of their battle cards and one of their energy and places it at the bottom of their deck in any order.
I have a ruling question.
Okay.
Who chooses the card with the first auto? Who chooses the card in energy that goes to the bottom of the deck?
Who chooses? Your opponent.
Where does it says that your opponent chooses?
Or your opponent places one of their cards. Energy.
Yeah, but if you chose, your opponent would still be the one placing it at the bottom of their deck.
Huh. I'd still think it's my opponent.
I still think it's your opponent based on the second auto, but does it change the fact that it's another wording problem on the card that we have?
Yeah, it's fair enough. So this card's really cool and really strong.
Yep, and I still think it's better in Baby than in Vegeta.
Yeah, I wouldn't
More
disagree.
reliable to get 7 energy in Baby than in Vegeta.
That's fair. That's fair. Really good point. Like, that's gonna say, like, you can get this off once against your opponent, but then they're not gonna let you ramp if they know you're playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's cool. It's not broken. It's a really cool card. Though. I do like it a lot.
If it sticks to board, it sticks to board. It's strong, right?
Yeah, of course, right?
Frieza can answer it, and
Shadow Dragons can answer it.
How?
They got a counter, and they negates the skills, or is that only on 4 or less?
It doesn't matter. It only negates the skills until the end of the turn. At the end of the turn, that skill is removed, and then this auto.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
So tough.
Suck it. You're still gonna lose an energy.
And that's why it's good in Baby, because then you -5 on that Baby Trunks unison, and you keep it at ape ready.
Yeah.
If it works like that.
Yeah. Next up, we got the only new card revealed today. SS3 Son Goku Overflowing Spirit. So it's 2-drop 15k, 2 specified blue. If your leader card is mono blue, negate the attack, then choose up to one of your blue unison cards in your unison area or drop area, return it to the owner's hand, and then play it. Play this card, not your unison card. Yeah, it's really good. I think
it's a good card. Now I just need to check something very quickly.
Okay.
Blue.
Dabba-dee-ba-da-ba.
No, what I want to check is, can you use this to proc your own Vegito?
Ooh. While you're checking.
No, opponent skills.
Oh,
Never
opponent
mind.
skills. Oh, that would have been sick if you could.
Never mind. So it's an alright card, but it's best to recall the cards from your drop area.
Yeah, right. Especially if
What
it's the
I'm
same
worried
copy of one you got in play, because then you're gonna get a free marker.
I'm worried about something else.
Okay.
We got an announcement that there's going to be a secret rare unison,
Oh, that's
and I'm
true.
worried it's going to be blue.
Yeah, that's a good point. Um,
With
eh,
this card, I'm actually properly worried it's going to be blue.
that's fair. That's fair. I mean, especially if it's got unique, right? Then that, yeah.
The other thing you can do with this card is when they attack into your unison, you can not only negate the attack, but if the unison is about to die either way, you can just bounce it back to your hand
Yeah, yeah,
to save it.
yeah. So there's a lot you can do with it. A lot you can
You
do with
still
it.
need to replay it. I don't think the card is actually that strong.
No.
I think card is alright, but I don't think it's strong.
Yeah, right. Like it's just a good card. Like
Yeah.
depending. Yeah. Sun Goku
It's
Shadow
just
Dragon
amazing.
Suppressor. It's the super combo. If you're at 4 or less, you draw a card. It is what it is. It's standard.
It's the super combo that needs to be in the rotation, right?
Right. SS4 Vegeta Rise of the Super Warrior! Card looks amazing. Card effect is not so amazing. So it's a 6 drop, 6 specified. If your leader is mono blue, when this card is played, look at the top 4 cards of your deck, add up to 4 mono blue cards among them to your hand, place any number of the remaining in your energy. Oh, it's not in rest mode.
No,
Okay.
it's not.
And place up the remaining at the bottom of your deck. So you're going to just ramp 4, right? Probably.
More
If you
often
even
than
get this
not-
out.
I mean, that depends. Depends how much energy you have. Depends what's your hand situation. You might want to draw some of those cards, right?
I guess, maybe. And then at the end of your turn, you switch it to active mode because it's a blocker, 30k.
But the issue is that the card is very easily hit by so many things.
It's not got deflect, it's not got barrier.
Yeah.
It's a shame because the card artwork is
It's a
fantastic.
specified cost of 6.
The card artwork is fantastic, it's a shame. I mean, I'm still going to play around with it because it's cool and it's SS4 Vegeta looking fine.
Yeah. I mean, the card is not bad, but the thing is that if you negate his on-play effect,
Oh, then it's
then
useless.
the card doesn't represent any value anymore.
Exactly, right? And you've just paid 6 for it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Against
Vegeta,
Saiyan, you don't want to play that.
Vegeta ready to rumble. This card is insanely crazy right now. It's in baby. It's a free drop blocker counter attack negate the attack and player's card. When its card is played, your opponent can't attack for the turn unless they place one of their energy in its owner's drop area. So if you want to swing, you have to lose energy.
No deck ever is going to be doing that.
Exactly. So this
And
is
on top of that, this has blocker.
yep. So this is just straight up one of the best cards in the game.
The thing is that from turn 3 onwards, you can start looping this card.
Yep.
Your opponent will not be able to attack you at all, ever. As long as they value their energy. And if they do, then you drop this 7-drop SS4.
Yep.
And suddenly they play with no energy at all.
Exactly. See. Man gets it. Man gets how baby is just scary strong.
And the worst thing is that Vegeta is a support for SS4 Vegeta.
Meant to be, but it's not.
Yeah, but it's
baby.
better in Baby. It
Yep.
has a counter skill that's going to be better in Baby.
Then we've got Vegeta the Disciplined Warrior, which is the draw to get plus 10k combo power, put a card on the bottom of your deck. Combo.
All of your energy is blue.
Yeah. It's whatever colour has it. It's a really good super combo to have.
Yeah.
We have Bulma, Wife of the Prince. Waifu of the Prince-Zoo.
She activates the Blood Wave generator, isn't she?
Yeah, so this is SS4 support. Guys, look, you got SS4 support.
Next one is Gotenks Return of the Reaper of Justice.
Which I mentioned it yesterday, but we'll mention it again. We totally missed in our reactions.
We blanked on the Vegeta.
Until we literally finished, I'm uploading it, Pete goes, "Oh no, this card is busted." And it's like, wait, what? So if you want your time now, Peter, to go over it and explain why this card is actually insane.
3-drop 19k unique. Activate battle. If your leader is mono blue Saiyan and you have a blue unison in play, you can play this card from your hand in rest mode for free. I actually had some people trying to convince me that you need to pay free energy. To
Wait,
play
what?
This card. activate battle. Yeah.
What?
Uh,
Guys, it's not a counterplay. No, stop, guys.
activate skills. Even if they play something, you only pay for the activate skill.
The
Thank you,
cost
I'm done.
is if your leader card is a mono blue Saiyan card and you have a blue Unison card in play.
So to explain why this card is strong, so I was downputting the fact it's played in the rest mode. It's played in the rest mode on purpose, and this is the only card in the whole set that supports the starter decks from set 10, which is a scam, and I'm going to make a video on that actually. But Gogeta Unison and SS3 Gogeta Unison, one is from starter deck, one is from Championship Pack Volume 2.
Mm-hmm.
Both have the permanent skill that if your leader is blue, I think even mono blue, and you have a mono blue Saiyan in rest mode in your battle area, your leader does not take damage. It doesn't mean that you can't be attacked, it means you don't take damage. So if they go for game with you, or if they attack you with Victory Strike...
That's the best one. Imagine that. Victory Strike,
just
dumps
go
hand.
all in, and you don't combo, you just activate battle, play this, and combo step. I can't take damage.
Opponent yeets deck across the board, rips Victory Strike into.
Like, this card is actually bonkers.
It is such a good card.
Any deck that can play those Gogeta Unisons is going to play 4 of this. Doesn't matter how many copies of those Gogeta Unisons they play, it's 4 of this, because it can stop any attack.
Yep. Guys, it's also an uncommon card, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good... Again, it went from being meh to being shit, this card is busted.
God damn this card! I love it, it's just a surprise, oh, I'm not going to take damage here, combo what you want. Like,
yeah, but the thing is that you do it in your defense step.
Yeah.
Which means it's after they combo.
That's what I mean, so black going like, haha, Mirror Creator absorbed! Bibbidi combos! Double strike!
Let's be honest,
Go
what they're
ahead.
going to do is they're going to remove your Gogeta first.
Right.
But then you switch one of your energy to active mode and draw a card.
If you play into it, it's your own fault.
Yeah.
Like,
It's one of those things. It's actually not that easy to play around.
no, it's strong, don't get me wrong. Like, but, like, again, the more, like, people get familiar with this format, the more people can see this kind of coming. So
But
you're
the
not
problem
gonna...
is that the starter deck Unison can actually grow, unlike the SS3 Gogeta.
That's
the
true.
SS3 Gogeta can't grow, doesn't have a plus skill.
Yeah, exactly.
The Gogeta from starter deck actually can grow with markers.
Yep.
So it's not that easy. You would need to remove it, but the problem is the moment you remove it, your opponent gets value from that.
Yeah, that's true,
Not
yeah.
only you didn't deal damage to them, you gave them the card and gave them energy during your turn.
Yep.
And then they can replay it or use that 2-drop Goku that we have just seen to bring it back from the drop area.
So
It is a scary. It's going to be a scary deck. It's going to take a while to get used to play around it.
Yeah.
But it is playable around it.
yeah, 100%. Like, we say it's crazy strong, and it is crazy strong, but it's not.
Our level for an uncommon is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not like insane. I'm gonna break the game.
It's not. I don't think we have cards like that in this set.
No, I don't think we do either. Wait, no, what are you talking about? SS4 Goku energy. Sorry, SS4 Vegeta energy ramp card. It's broken, man. It's broken. It's only got blocker. What are you on about? We've got Super Blutz with generator field when you activate this card, draw a card. But you play a field cards, Peter.
No, you don't. No, you actually don't.
I know. I'm memeing.
Every extra card is activated.
Please, people. Like, if that's like if you could take away one thing, you activate extra cards. It's getting to the point where it's like slightly frustrating.
I mean, it's counterintuitive.
True.
In Magic, everything beside lands is cast. Lands used to be cast though ages ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah, see. So activate main. If your leader card is a blue Vegeta GT, only on its front side, place the top card of your deck underneath your leader card. And if there are 4 or more cards underneath it, place all of those cards in the drop area and add up to 2 cards from your life to your hand, then place up to 2 cards from your life in your drop area. This card, like, I get what it's going for, but I just don't see the value.
I mean, you get rid of 4 cards from your deck, right? Deck winning is deck winning or something. It's a shame that the deck can't play from the drop area.
I just don't see
Like,
it.
this type of a skill made sense in Hatch, because Hatch plays from the
Oh
drop
yeah,
area. Because it's a black deck. It doesn't make sense here. If you are unlucky, you can get rid of your own win con, like this.
mm.
And forcing yourself to awaken like that against aggro decks are going to see that you play that turn 1, and they're going to be like,
Good.
sure,
Do it.
yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
going to collect resources,
Yeah.
let you awaken on turn 4 how you want. Go ahead, crit to life, you draw 1 card from awakening. Good for you.
If it wasn't once per like this is the thing, like so you need to do it 4 times.
Yeah, it's going to be turn 4 before you can force
So
yourself
it's
to
not
awaken.
even
And
good.
if they deal damage to you in the meantime, you just lost those cards. Because
Yeah.
there's no point ditching them from underneath your leader anymore. I mean, you can do it just for the sake of getting them in the drop area for, I don't know, Fu Shrouded in Mystery.
I guess. I just don't see this being
I
good.
don't see the value of this card now.
No.
The Awakening is not strong enough to excuse it.
Right? Like yeah, I just because yeah, you only draw 1 card when you awaken.
Yeah.
It's like I get it. It's cool. Theme wise, it's cool. But yeah, as a card, I wouldn't run it. I would. Not, it's a waste of space.
It could have been done better.
Yeah. Next up, a good field card. Planet Tuffle that comes into play as soon as you put your leader card in your leader area. If your leader card is Baby, Blue Baby, sorry, I should specify, and all of your energy is mono blue, when activating a to be fair, at least they have gone, it's mono blue. It ain't no multicolour shenanigans happening here. When activating a counter skill of a mono blue card with an energy cost of 5 or less from your hand, reduce the energy cost of that card by 1. It doesn't reduce the specified cost.
Now, reading this card again made me think about that Trunks Baby unison again.
Yeah.
Because it's the same type of a skill, but here they were correct, and the other one they were not. Which might make you think that the other one is worded different on purpose.
You would think that, but we've seen time and time again where they've they named stuff in the same set and completely got it wrong.
Yeah.
Activate main once per turn. Add 1 card from your life to your hand, then choose 1 card in your hand and place it at the bottom of your deck. Really good effect.
Now that's how you do self-awakening.
Right, it's so good.
You don't get card advantage from that, but you progress steadily to self-awakening.
Well, you say you don't get card advantage. You don't get it in terms of numbers, but you set up for more. Yeah.
Yeah. You also cycle a lot of cards, and you first take the life and then put something at the bottom.
Exactly right. It's not put something to the bottom then take. Yeah, I really like it. So
you can actually cycle the cards in your hand to put something that's more useful late game at the bottom of your deck, because you will be putting so many cards at the bottom of your deck that eventually you will start drawing them again.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. This card's amazing. Like, there's not much more to it. It's really good.
That it's not a 1-drop field card is important, because there's lots of removal for 1-drop field cards.
Yeah, this is also true. It doesn't have the BS. This card can't be destroyed. So it can be removed. You can remove this card.
It can be removed, but majority of the removal for field cards we have is for 1-drops.
And they're green.
Yeah.
What's the one that does remove this? I can't actually remember. It's not Arena Wrecker, is it? Arena Wrecker's 1-drops.
He needs a 1-drop.
Dirty Fireworks is 1-drops.
Zeno? Unison?
Is it Zeno Unison? I swear there was one more card, but the comments will let us know. Or Andrea just messages in the chat being like, guys, I saw your video. Counter attack. If your leader card is a blue baby card, negate the attack and choose it to one of your mono blue battle cards with counter skills and return it to its owner's hand. You can loop Vegeta.
It's a 1-drop negate that bounces one. It's a 1-drop uneasy alliance.
Yeah.
That doesn't have a cost specification.
It's crazy. This card is nuts, right? It's a Bandai. I love you sometimes, but goddamn, chill. And then we have final shine attack.
Blue has been done as a counter deck as Baby.
Yeah.
If you try to put everything that's for Baby in this set, you would probably end up with over 50 cards, easy.
Yeah. Final shine attack, counter attack. If your lead card is mono blue, negate the attack, then you may choose one mono blue card in your hand, discard it, draw 2 cards. I like it. Don't know how much I'd run it, but it's a 2 drop. But you know,
it's 2 specified blue.
Yeah.
That's the issue here, I think.
Yeah.
I guess, but now they got themselves into a rut of. So, you remember Shigesh, right?
I do remember the Sugesh.
Shigesh put them in the rut of not being able to design Saiyan cards that cost 3 or less, because then suddenly they're too strong.
Yeah.
They're going to get in the same rut with blue counter skills.
Yeah, that's
all the blue counter skills will need to have exactly specified cost of their cost.
Yeah.
Because of Planet Taffel. And it's the same issue we have seen with Shigesh got banned. Child's Wish had the same problem, got banned.
So, Planet Tuffle could get banned?
I think so.
But that's a future problem. Right now,
there's a lot of restrictions on the deck, but the problem is that the deck is going to be evergreen, right? If they're going to go rotation side, I don't think it's going to get banned. I think it's just going to get rotated out, and they're going to be fine with that.
Yeah.
If they're going to go evergreen format only, I think it might go.
Oh, that's fair.
I think at some point it's just going to be too problematic.
Oh, I definitely think, I definitely think it will become a problem in future. Yeah, but that's...
people are right now digging up cards that are good with this. Mafuba.
Mechicore.
Yes.
Yeah, essentially you have weak coercions in this deck that play battle cards.
Deadly Vanguard.
See, it is. I'm not going to say it's not good with this deck, but I don't think Deadly Vanguard's as good as people are making it out.
But people are just pulling out.
Oh yeah, no, they're just going to counterplay with more specified, more energy cost than they're specified, and
yeah, and there's tons in the past.
Yeah. The one that comes to my mind is UI Goku, just for that Trunks play. When they correct it, like, to me that's awesome. I love that play.
The UI Goku, fortunately, has a specified cost of 4.
Yeah, but you play it with the Baby Unknown Parasite and then drop 2 to play. That's cool to me. That's the kind of interaction I like. It was just like, haha, UI Goku, baby. Get it? Because Baby's the one allowing you to do it.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Peter, if you were to grade the blue cards of Vermilion Bloodline.
I don't know. So, control player in me wants to say A+.
Okay.
But design point, I'll deduct design points because it limits the future design.
Okay.
I don't know what's their plans.
Yeah.
I would assume at the moment we don't have any information about rotation. There is no word about that. Obviously, they wouldn't.
Yeah.
And based on that, I think it's A.
Okay.
I don't think A+. I think I would deduct a bit for that Planet Taffel, but it's not splashable in all the colors.
Exactly, right.
It's limiting you to 1 leader, but the leader doesn't create obscene amount of advantage like Yellow Broly did with Shigesh.
Oh god, right.
You essentially had Yellow Broly leader as Shigesh, and you put whatever you wanted into that. There was Veggies, there was GT, there was Victory Strike. There was tons. So it doesn't have that power level. It's limited to 1 leader. It's limited to monocolor deck, so you can't switch colors. So yeah, I would just give it A.
Okay.
It's well built. I like the fact, I'm going to be the guy that's going to say it, I like the fact that it didn't give too much to SS4 Vegeta, because we have seen what Ramp can do.
Yes, that's a very good point.
Unchecked. They got 2 boss monsters, and they got some minor support, which is alright.
Yeah. It's fine, right?
Not too much. It requires a lot of patience to play that deck, and requires a lot of tricks to play that deck. So I'm happy with where the deck stands. They didn't make it overpowered how we were worried. And Baby, I think Baby is going to struggle the other way around. It has too many tools, so narrowing down to the good tools.
Yeah, I think that's all there. Until it's solved, quote unquote. I hate that word, solved, in terms of defining meta. But yeah, until people have like a good, it is going to be like the Wild West, like you say. People are going to be finding Does this have a counter? Yes. Okay. Is it good in baby? I don't know.
Situation is also that depending on the meta, baby is going to be running different versions of counters, right?
Yeah, that's
If the
really cool.
meta is on Swarm, it's going to play more counter plays. If the meta is on
Big boys swinging a lot.
multi-attackers,
Yeah.
or you have unison attackers and things like that, you're going to have more negates.
Yeah.
What I think we might see in Tournament Pack is a counterplay that affects unison.
That'd be
blue
cool.
counterplay that affects unison. Because we had yellow counterplays that affect unison. So I think we could see a first blue counterplay that affects unison.
Yeah, because currently blue has nothing to deal with unisons.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
green has some stuff. Red.
Absolute confidence in blue.
Red has one thing. Does red?
No.
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 No. So
Green
red and blue still need something to deal with unisons.
No, blue has absolute confidence, can remove a marker.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. It's activate main battle, can remove a marker. It's from set 10.
Okay.
Green has Dark Broly. I think it was Dark. No, not Dark Broly. What was it?
Green has just the ones that remove markers.
Yeah, Green had the play it to remove 3 markers from your opponents.
Yeah. And then obviously yellow has.
That's Vegeta triple strike. Yellow has the negate the skills, and yeah, red doesn't have anything.
Okay, so yeah, for me, my grade for it, I'm in the same with you. I wanted to give it an A plus, but the fact that SS4 Vegeta just didn't quite get there, and obviously the idea of that this deck, it's fine right now. I'm sure we'll see how well it does in tournaments and stuff coming up. But yeah, it does have that potential to, again, warp what Bandai design. And a lot of things people like blue for are those counterplays that untap their energy, so they have to be very careful. Unless they start printing extra cards, which they won't do, where it says you can't play this in baby.
I think they might see something like, you might see something like if your leader is a non-machine mutant leader.
Oh,
But
that'd be
that's
interesting.
just,
I guess
that's just,
something to get around it, but yeah. But then that's just adding extra steps for a problem you created, right? It's not. Yeah. So I'm in the camp of it's an A deck. This archetype is an A. Hopefully the tournament packs have something like just one more card for SS4. Like, I'm not expecting the best thing in the world. I just want an extra card there just to be like, hey, I know we didn't give you a lot, but here's something.
I think we can see a battle card for Vegeta. I'm not sure what it would do.
Well, I think we'd see no, we got base form Gohan, we got Goku, sorry, because then we got the SS3 SR, and we got the rare, that's SS4. Did we get a base form? Yeah, because the super combo's a base form Vegeta. Yeah. Then we've got.
But I think we might see another base form Vegeta.
Okay. Well, I mean, because the only thing I'm thinking is, like, if you look at this Icarus and Gohan, like, they didn't get much either, so it's not like they've just shafted SS4. It's like, you look at how they've done this set, one of the leaders doesn't get quite a lot. So if they make up for that.
Dark Broly got tons of stuff, whereas SS4 didn't get that much.
But SS4 doesn't need that much. Don't give SS4 much. It took all the SRs, alright.
So, the one thing I want to say is that the under-supported decks, which I noticed by looking back, the under-supported decks have a lot of support in the past, whereas the overly supported decks don't have that much support in the past. Baby is being the only exception here. And
that's because it's generic, right? It's looking for counters.
I think what it is, it's again... I know that with you I'm preaching to the choir. I think it's more proof for the rotation. They will make an evergreen leaders that are not that good in rotation, but are amazing in evergreen formats. And then they're going to make leaders designed for the rotation.
Yeah. That could be their philosophy. Like I say, I don't think we'll see anything on rotation until the next series.
I think next set is still going to be how it is. By the way, they already announced that there's going to be a starter deck with the next series. Sorry, with the next set.
It's not a starter deck. It's what is it?
It's ultimate deck.
Ultimate deck.
You pay 20 quid for the whole. I like the fact that it's a full foil.
Yeah.
It's full silver foil. I like that.
Yes. So yeah, we've been LPG. I've been Scott Sedman. Peter's been Peter, aka the Guildmaster. We'll be back next week. It's SRs, SPRs, SRs. It's
SPRs and tournament packs and something more. Premium pack promo probably.
Oh yeah, the Vegeta. Yeah, I actually forgot about
Yeah, we
him.
haven't seen the premium pack set.
Yeah. So yeah, there we go, guys. Let us know what your grades are in the comment below, and we'll be picking one of them at random to receive a card market voucher. So there you go.
See you guys next time.
Bye.